Hey FlossTube, I'm Kathleen and this is StitchuationNormal episode 35. Welcome to my cross stitch channel and welcome back to everyone who regularly watches. I am a Southern Ontario stitcher and I love to talk about cross stitch and then sometimes other things that pop into my head. Right now, Mew is eating a small little piece of bacon that I accidentally left on my plate because I thought it was too fatty, and she's making a spoon scrape against a plate. So if you hear anything, oh, she's quiet now. That's her. She may make an appearance because she knows how much you guys love her. Mew is my cat, in case you're new and you're like, what is Mew? I have some whips to show you. I have a Save the Stitches and, oh, I forgot it. Be right back. I'm back. And if anything, I'm consistent in that I forget things every episode. So I got it, I'm back. I'm gonna give a little life update and then comments, and then we can get into the whips. Also the Save the Stitches, of course. And then I'll get back to the Canadian shop feature as well. Probably next week. The Save the Stitches is really cute. So life update, the kids went back to school for 2 weeks, and then one of them had to stay home because someone in their class tested positive for COVID. So I've got one home today. He's been home since last week and he goes back Monday, luckily. But it was a good 2 weeks when they were at school. I felt really productive. I got a lot done and yeah, felt really good. It also feels fine having them home. I didn't realize how traumatized I was by them being home the last time, because when I got notification that my youngest would have to stay home, I was like, no. I like just a tiny little cry, like, I don't want this to be forever. And then it's fine. It's gonna be fine. I know it is. But so this may come as a surprise to some of you. Probably not all of you will be surprised, but I have been diagnosed with ADHD, and this has been going on the last few months, and I just started medication for it last week. So the first day of the medication was the day that first day my son had to stay home. So I felt like I didn't really notice a difference, and a lot of people are like, oh, I noticed a difference right away the first day. But looking back on that day, I can see how much of a difference it made. I sat at my desk way longer. This might be boring for some of you, so go ahead and skip ahead if you don't care to hear about this. But the first day, like, I definitely spent more time seated at my desk, which I didn't realize how much I was getting out of my desk daily and like not working, like doing other things, being distracted. And I noticed that when I would be interrupted, I would go back to the task that I was working on after being interrupted instead of doing something else and distracting myself further. I also noticed I didn't look at the clock nearly as much as I normally do. I went to kickboxing, I think that was day 2, and it was a world of difference. I'm left-handed. I don't know if I've ever said that. I think I may have, because I know we have some left-handed stitchers out there. I'm left-handed. I stitch left-handed. For sports, about probably half's left-handed, half's right-handed, but if it's a sport where I don't seem to have a predominant left or right, I'll just learn right because it's easier. It's because I don't want to think about it. I didn't realize my brain was just bored at the thought of, let's figure out if they're holding their right hand when they're doing this, what do you need to be doing? My brain would like cut off before it even got to solving that. So yeah, it's something I've had my whole life for sure. I was the social butterfly at school, right? Yeah, I look back at my report cards because like the doctors are like, oh, what did your report card say? And like they were all like, doesn't live up to true potential. I was a good student, but I wasn't living up to true potential because my brain would just check out if I was bored. I thought everyone's brain was just like entertaining them constantly. I didn't know that wasn't normal. The biggest thing I've noticed being on meds, which is, I think it's my 5th day on it, is I'm able to do more because the voice that like tells me every choice I make in the day is failure is not there. So something as small as like, just give the kitchen floor a sweep. There's all these things I want to do, but I can't do them because, or I don't end up doing them because there's like a voice in my head that like is very much pushing against it and be like, no, why? The boys are just gonna walk through and make a mess. So just wait till they've done making their mess. well, then I wait and then I don't ever end up doing it, you know? So it's like that happens with multiple tasks throughout the day, like not just housework, but like even like regular, my own work. And then I feel overwhelmed, and then I feel depressed and anxious, and then and then nothing gets done. And it's like a cycle like that. So I didn't have that feeling. I don't really know how to describe the feeling. Other people that have ADHD that I've spoken to know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not like, it causes procrastination. It causes a lot of these things that then like make you circle almost. So I haven't had that feeling, and it's great because now I know what I can do. I thought I was just like really weak-minded. I couldn't self-motivate. I just thought very poorly of myself in many ways. Not always, of course, but in many ways I was like, oh, you're lazy, you procrastinate too much, you're disorganized, careless, all that stuff. So I'm telling you guys because you guys have been on my journey, and I probably noticed if you look back at my videos, there's a lot of distraction. I'm still distracted. I'm still me. I was worried I would lose who I am. Like I thought maybe I wouldn't be as quick as I normally am, but it's only been good being on meds. And yeah, I mean, it's only been 5 days, so we'll see how it goes. But that's the big thing, is I don't have the feeling of failure, and that's huge with ADHD. It's with literally everything, even brushing your teeth, like as simple as brushing your teeth, a feeling of failure. I thought that's how everyone felt, and everyone lived every day, and they were still able to overcome that, and so I was not right. Anyways, yeah, that's my life update. I haven't been able to like explore being on the meds by myself yet because I'm still with the kids, but it also has improved my mood, which I didn't know mood was very much affected by ADHD, and I've learned so much about ADHD. So, and then probably it's inattentive ADHD that I really have. Don't retain the details very well. But I have like a really good picture of what's happened, not the details though. So anyways, long story boring, as I say. I'm on meds, yay. Okay, nothing else really going on here. It's fall, and we've had some like cooler weather, so I've been able to wear sweaters, which is nice. We don't have like the AC on or the heat, which is nice. So when it gets kind of cool in the evening, we can put on the fireplace, and I do love that. Oh, I've been doing yoga with my husband every night. I was doing yoga, but he never really wanted to join me. And then he started playing basketball in a league, and he hadn't played in years. And so he Googled like the best ways to help yourself be in shape or not be so sore when playing a new sport again. And it said yoga. And so he's like, do you want to do yoga? And I'm like, yep. So we've been doing yoga every night, and he loves it now. He's like, I love yoga. And I'm like, I know, I was trying to get you to do it the whole time. We just do little, sometimes we do like a 20 or 30, sometimes just a 10, 15 minute, depending on how we're feeling. And my sister-in-law is the one that recommended Sarah Beth yoga. That's the one that we do. And I really like her. So I know a lot of people are like yoga by Adrienne or whatever, but we like yoga, Sarah Beth yoga. Hope that's not too controversial. Yes, and then that's all. But everything's good. We're good. Everything's good. Can't wait to get the youngest back to school because online learning's not as fun, but he's being a good sport about it, so I have to be a good sport about it too. I don't have to be, but I want to be, right? Okay. Yeah, I feel like my little chat about ADHD, I glossed over a lot of things and it may be confusing, but it doesn't matter. If you have ADHD, I feel you. If you don't, I hope I helped you understand, but if I didn't, you can read about it if you want. It's kind of boring anyways, so. Comments from last week. I showed some bead kits that I got, and one of them was a SpongeBob one, and then I talked about how my kids always make fun of me because I say the wrong names. Again, this is probably inattentive ADHD. So I wrote this down so I don't get it wrong, but I very confidently and incorrectly identified a character from SpongeBob as Squidward, when really it was Patrick Star. So a few of you left me a comment letting me know, and I laughed so hard because I was so confident. I'm like, I know who this is. This is Squidward. And everyone's like, no, that's Patrick's. But yeah. Thanks for letting me know, guys. That was good. And I showed a few balls of like, it looked almost like yarn, but very thin, like floss thin. And I didn't know what it was, but it came with a bunch of DMC floss. And a few of you commented that you're pretty sure it's DMC pearl cotton. So I'm probably gonna keep it and maybe use it. Someone said that they are used often in like Victoria samplers, so I have a couple of those. Maybe I'll keep it and use it for that. I loved that several of you said you want to adopt the expression, "it's part of my charm," and I hope you do, because I adopted it from someone else. It's actually a strange story of who said it to me, but a long time ago, before my husband that I have now, I was dating someone else, and we broke up, and it was for the best for both of us that we did, but it wasn't really a good breakup. But his sister and I just loved each other, and we stayed close, and she actually got diagnosed with ADHD as well. And this is a side note, her and I had talked a lot about how we both think we probably have it, but I didn't think it mattered at this point in my life, because I'm like, I've made it this far, like whatever. But she went and got diagnosed and then went on meds, and she was like, it changed my life. And like the things that she would get stressed out about, and like forgetting things, losing your phone, things not running smoothly, like your mood being affected, those were all things that I dealt with daily as well. And so when she said like that was taken out of the equation, I was like, oh, I would like to live that way too if possible. So then I, you know, because she had done it and I saw the difference, I was like, okay, this might be worth it for me to do. So anyways, like I said, her and I keep in touch, and every year she has a birthday party, and she invites her sisters and her sister-in-law, who is my ex's wife. And so it's very intimate, it's just us. And so her and I, we chat, we've gotten to know each other at the birthday parties, and she said something one time, she's like, I was criticizing myself, and she's like, no, she's like, that's part of your charm. And I was like, oh, I'm like, you are, love her. Anyways, yeah, love that she said that. I use it a lot. That's where the term came from. And yeah, that had nothing to do with stitching. So, but please use that term. It's part of my charm. Let's not criticize ourselves. It's part of charm. ADHD, it's part of my charm. Actually, I was scared I was going to lose part of my charm going on the meds, but I think I'm still pretty much me. Okay, let's get into stitch talk. Okay, oh, no. Yeah, stitch talk, but okay, I was gonna get into whips. We're not ready for whips. We are ready for Save the Stitches. Okay, if you remember a few videos ago, I lightly poked fun at plastic canvas tissue boxes. They were a real trend for a while, right? I've never done plastic canvas, but I'm going to show a plastic canvas Save the Stitches, which is this little, I think it's really cute actually. It's a little basket. You can see here, this is the plastic canvas, and then you would use like a thicker, like almost, I think it's yarn. You can use yarn. That's what they're using here. And then someone's put like a little nose, and they've done this little bit here. I think it's so cute. So this came in, I thrifted a bag of stitch stuff a long time ago. Oh my gosh. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but like messenger messages are coming in, and like texts are coming in, and everyone's messaging about like Thanksgiving right now. Because here in Canada, our Thanksgiving is in like 2 weeks. It's like second week of October this year. So anyways, everyone's like, but this is what we're doing for Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's it's popping up, and I'm trying to stay focused, and I'm on my meds, but I'm still distracted. Anyways, so this was there was stitch stuff in it, and then there was plastic canvas, and there was a bunch of these, like, I'm not Catholic, I don't do crosses or anything, but there were all these like crosses that were plastic canvas, and they were really beautifully done. There was like glitter beads in them and everything, really nice. And then there was this, and so I was gonna just donate it all, but my son, my youngest, he fell in love with this. He's like, can I have this? And I was like, of course you can. He wanted to put his little toys in it. He calls it his friend basket. The little scarecrow, and like the little sunflower on the hat. I think it's so cute. I thought it was pretty like fall. So this is our Save the Stitches. My son saved it, and we put it out. Actually, it's all season because it's a toy for him, but I thought it's seasonally appropriate now that it's fall. So okay, that's Save the Stitches. And whips. I have a new start. So if you remember, I've wanted to start a bunch of fall whips. I want to have like a collection, a small collection of fall whips, so that each season I can kind of pull something out to work on. because as of now I didn't have that many whips of Christmas or fall, and that's really when I want to stitch, and I feel like I would only start those things seasonally. So I decided, I'm like, I'm just gonna start a whole bunch now, so then I can throughout the year, if I want to like work on something I can, or when it becomes fall or Christmas or whatever it is, I can just pull it out and work on something. So I did a new start. It's Cottage Needleworks Autumn. This is my sister, my non-stitchy sister. She picked this up for me when she was in Victoria, British Columbia, 2 years ago or last year, at a little stitch shop that they had there. And I thought it was so cute. It's DMC, I'm using DMC, and then there's 2 overdyes that are called for, and I actually have those. I bought them last year. So this is what I've got done. Oh my gosh, the messages are still coming through. It says pumpkins, but it will be pumpkins. This is the middle start, so I'll show it here. You can see what we've got here, and that's pumpkins. And I've got my Dwight Schrute pumpkin head needleminder on it. So yes, this is on it's a mystery linen that I thrifted. I was actually using it for my photography as like a back on the, like for a flat lay. And then I realized you could stitch on it, so I took that out of my kit, but yeah. Let's bring this. There it is, my new start. So it's actually really fun to work on this. I'm sure it'll be a quick stitch because it's mostly letters, although that house might be a bit of work. My leg's asleep. And then I pulled out this Pumpkins for Sale, which I stopped working on last year around American Thanksgiving time. I was like, that's how long I gave myself to work on it. I didn't finish it. I was stitching with Merritt Crawford, and she did finish hers, but I did not finish mine. So this is what I was able to get done. Oops. I started this lady. So I got in her hat, her hair, not her lips, and not the trim of her head, but all of this. And I'm loving it. I love this blue fabric. Merritt sent me this fabric actually, and I'm hopeful I can finish this for fall. Actually, it's already fall, right? I don't know. I'm not ready to decorate. Maybe October 1st is when I'll start decorating. I don't know. Maybe a little bit later. We'll see. I'm not ready for all that. Soon. But yes, this is, did I say who it was by? It is Stitches Through the Years. It's a PDF, like I just downloaded it off Etsy, off there. I'm gonna link everything in the description, but here it is. It's lovely, I think. And I'm actually growing pumpkins in my backyard this year. I planted some. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't grow any. But there's a large, like it's probably this big. It was like very green, but it's turning orange now. And it's growing in the weirdest spot. Okay, so the pumpkin vines have gone wild. They, like one is like growing up into a tree. It went up, I don't know, I planted 4. And so one went straight up into like the neighbor's tree, and I just let it because I was very curious about what it would do. I was like, they can't be going in the tree. It's going in the tree. I don't know. Nothing's growing on it in the tree. It like flowers, but like an actual pumpkin isn't growing in the tree, attached to the tree. And then another one, there's 3 more that just like went straight out, like shot out all the way to like the kids' play structure. And like my husband and I, again, we're just very curious. So we're like, oh, let them grow. Let's see where they go. I think we're supposed to trim them back. But the biggest pumpkin is growing in like, I had a paper bag full of like mulch stuff, and then it started like really thriving, like growing, and so I'm scared to move the mulch bag because I think it might, like, what do you say? It might affect its growth. Like I don't want to stunt its growth or like disturb it, I guess is what I mean. But there was also like a pile of like all stuff that needed to be like, not garbage, but like yard waste, a whole bunch of yard waste. And it's like, it looks so disgusting, but I've had to keep it like that because I'm scared it's going to stunt my biggest pumpkin. And then I have like a couple other smaller ones that are like very yellow, and then one's green, and I don't know. I'm definitely not growing them properly, but I'm happy I did it because I like watching them. It's fun. Also growing some carrots, and we had some zucchinis come in as well. I think that's everything. We didn't need to know about my garden, but I thought I'd tell you. I'll show some pics actually. But just know the large pumpkin is so gross in the spot it's growing that I hate to show you what that area because it's not supposed to be like that, but I'm also scared to move anything. So, okay, then my next whip is, oh my gosh, they're still talking. I'll bring cranberry sauce. That's what someone just said in the message. I said put my phone on do not disturb, so why would it think I want messages? Like, for a smartphone, not very smart. Had to pull this out and work on it still. Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain by Barrick. I had to pull it out because I just feel like I wasn't done working on it, and I'm still not. And I work on it a lot, and not a lot shows up. Like, because it's, I don't know. But this is what I've been able to do. I filled in a few more lines of black here, and then I started the owl. So this is gonna be an owl in there. I think I'd like to have this, like, whole part, like this circular, this part here done maybe this year or like during Halloween time. It's full coverage, it's a lot, but I like it. So if you also want to see how big this puppy is, this is how big it is. So I've got a tiny little speck on, and that's okay. You got to start somewhere, right? The big pieces, the little pieces, you gotta start somewhere. I feel like there's one thing, being on the ADHD medication, I feel like I haven't stitched as much as I normally do. I know, definitely, so with me, I'm not, well, I can be physically be hyper. I'm always playing sports, I'm moving a lot, but I can also sit very still and not feel the need to move or do. However, I do hyper focus on things. I'm very passionate, as you've probably noticed. I get very passionate, and it's part of my charm. And I have hyper fixated on cross stitching. When I look at it now, I'm like, whoa, I dove in really hard, really deep into stitching, which is not a bad thing. I love it. But now being medicated, then I feel like it's more level, I want to say, with my stitching. I'm not as hyper focused on it maybe. I still am very passionate about it though, and that was like just the one thing I noticed. I was like, well, I don't think I've been stitching because I feel more tired maybe. Like I have been doing a lot more. Anyway, that's boring. I know it's boring talk maybe for some of you, so I'll cut the chit chat. But if you ever want to talk about ADHD, you let me know. Okay, then the last thing I worked on was My Mother's House by Barrick, because I really want to, again, this is my oldest whip. I really want to get through this. I forgot to tell you what fabric this was. Sorry, going back to Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. This is the Country Cottage Mocha. No, Vintage Country Mocha. I think it's 28 count. And yeah, forgot to tell ya. Then I'm doing My Mother's House by Barrick. And it's on 25 count cream Lugana, and I'm stitching it 3 strands of DMC over 2. So this week I worked on this little fence I put in, and then I started building the house, the big house, the big feature, I guess. I feel like the flowers are the feature, but it's called My Mother's House, so we need the house, right? Yeah, feels good working on this one. I thought that I wouldn't like doing this section of it, like all of that. I love doing that, and I am enjoying this too. So still gotta put the house in. I have this flower to add in, and then of course the initials. So it's coming along. It's getting there. We're getting there. So I do want to add in some more fall pieces, like I said. So I brought out my binder that has all my fall stuff in it, and I'm going to show you a few of the options we have. Barrick, dare I add another? No, I'm not ready for this one yet, so probably not this year. But this, I thought I was going to do All Hallows, or just, is it called? It's Quaker Pumpkins. Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews. I thought I was going to start this one this year, but now I'm like, I don't know, because I started that Barrick one, so I might need a vote. Maybe you can give a vote. This is, these are all PDF downloads, okay? So it's a problem when you can download them that easily, because then you buy a lot like I do. So this is Doreen Jones, Haunting Night. Very cute. I don't think this is one that I'll do this year. I might do these ones. This is Autumn in New England, and it's Plum Pudding Needle Art. This is Etsy as well. I do like those. They're small, they're cute. I might just do the give thanks or something. I might do this one, Cricket Collection. What's it called? Acorn Autumn. And, oh yeah, I've got a few more items. Okay, Elizabeth Ann and Stitch and I may do this one. Hildeboo and Sunflowers 2, designed by Brenda Gervais. Yes, we will be doing this one, so we just need to figure out a start date for that one. I do love this one. Hi. Got a visitor. Halloween Parade. And then there's this one too. The Spooked. Put me down, honey.
I was helping her up. Don't you go in your trust.
Yes. Okay. And then there's this Lizzie Kate Spooked Mystery Sampler. If you like... Okay, so if you like this Lizzie Kate mystery sampler, I bought 2 of this, of all 3 parts. Let's see, this is bad. You can't see very well. And I'm gonna be giving 1 set away, because I bought 2 sets, like I said. So stay tuned in the next, I'll do a giveaway in October for it, because what the heck, that's when it is. And the other 2 giveaways, I'm gonna be sending those off soon, and we have a giveaway winner for today actually as well. But yeah, so anyways, that's what I'm thinking. I have a couple other ones too, but who knows what it's gonna be. I just, you know what, it might be this one. Harvest House Sampler. Is that in focus? I have like a little scratch right there, so sometimes it might not seem in focus. Anyways, okay, I've made a mess of all my fall charts. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna start 1 new thing in the next 2 weeks, and then keep working on kind of what I've got already. And then I am really excited to stitch Christmas stuff again, because I did some Jolly July. Oh, Mew's right here beside me. Can't see her though. She's right there. And okay, I have a little bit of haul. Guys, I feel like I'm all over the place today. Like the day I announced I'm on meds and my days are running smoother, I'm like having a frazzle day. These things still happen, I guess. So anyways, I ordered from OtterRows. Jessica, she is an Etsy shop in Canada, and I've shared her shop before because she also makes project bags, my Christmas dinosaur one that I showed. So she has Needleminders, and I ordered these 3. This one I got, it's the Yellow Submarine, because we know I'm doing the Beatles and the Beatles series. I haven't bought it yet, actually. I will do that soon. But I was like, when I saw this Needleminder, I was like, okay, I gotta get it. Then this one says Mental Health Matters. And then she threw in this freebie, which I think is so cute. It's a little Christmas mouse. Thanks, Jessica. Anyways, check out her shop. I'm gonna link it in the description box below. Love them. Yeah, that's my haul. I think actually I did get a cross stitch book, but I'll show it next week because I don't know where I put it. It's a thrift store. And then we have member quilting lessons. This was my Save the Stitches from last week. I found it framed and I owned 2 copies of it, so I'm like, I don't need 2 copies and a framed copy, so I thought I'd give 1 away past the stash. So I did a draw, and the winner was, let's see. Okay, I wrote it down. And the winner is Colleen Isaac, who said, I didn't write down your comments. I just wrote down your name, but congrats, Colleen. Colleen has been watching since like my very first video. She has left me comments from the start, so I'm so happy that this is going to you. Send me an email and let me know your address and I'll send it along with the other 2 that I haven't sent out yet, but I will be sending out to the last week's winners. So, and I'm gonna get that out this week. I said it, so I have to do it now, right? Anyways, okay guys, that's all. I feel like I might be forgetting something, but I am a little distracted having my youngest home right now because I got used to one taping with him not here. Anyways, it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. I think I might not be here next, like in 2 weeks. I might be at a cottage. So maybe 3 weeks till I see you again. And I feel weird leaving you on, like today was a weird video, I feel like not bad weird, but just not as fun or exciting maybe, I don't know. But I hope you have fun because I have fun making them every time and you guys are the best. I know that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, let me just direct you to Instagram at StitchuationNormal. That's me. I post them behind the scenes. I post when I'm starting something new, that kind of thing. Yeah, thanks for the comments, the love, the emails, everything. I love you guys. Love spending time with you. Love that I can share my stitch passion. Oh, funny little side story. I shot a wedding yesterday, photographed a wedding yesterday. I was a second photographer, and the lead photographer, he's been following my cross stitch on Instagram, and he said he was telling his wife about it, and he was like, she's not just doing regular cross stitching. This is like museum quality stuff, he said, and I laughed so hard because, you know, last week I was saying I would never stitch something for Liz McGann to a stitching's not good enough, but like in his eyes as someone that doesn't stitch, he just sees, you know, my finished strawberry fields. He's like, that's museum quality, and that made me laugh so hard because like, why are we so hard on ourselves all the time? It doesn't matter. Nobody's perfect. I'm trying to get over that, and I hope that if you struggle with that, you help yourself get over that too, because to some people, your stuff's museum quality. Okay, that's all. That's all I have to say. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Send me an email if you want to chat, and that's it. Keep stitching your story, and I will see you next time. Bye.